Hi, guys and gals, and all of you out there, all y'all out there, as I say it. Today, I was going to share a little bit about what kind of curriculum we're going to be using coming up this next school year with homeschool for the 2006-2007 school year. What we're going to be doing is using some of Abeka. We have some of Apologia and some of Christian Liberty Press. And some of not grass, I think is how you say it. So you could say I'm an eclectic homeschooler. There's some curriculum that works better in mathematics, and some that you might like better with their history or social studies. But this is what I chose for this year, and what we have is I have a second grader who's working on some first grade things. Micah is on the spectrum, so we are going at his own pace. So we're doing some first grade, and then as soon as we get through with that, we'll hop up to the second grade, just to make sure, because we didn't start any language with him last year. So first thing that I have for Micah is Observing God's World, and this is with Abeka, and it also has the test with it. And what it does is just take things in God's world and teaches it in a biblical perspective. Gives a lot of facts, has a lot of great pictures in it. This could actually be used, I think they have it on several grade levels. So this could actually be used with a lot of different age groups. If you wanted to get it for all your children, just get one book here to have and teach your children together, and then help the younger ones maybe with a test. This is how the tests look. I'm going to show you that. A lot of them are just either fill in the blank or multiple choice. So you may have to help your younger ones along with that. The next thing we're doing is Abeka's language. We're going to go through grade 1 first, and then we're going to switch up to grade 2. I'm hoping that we can go through this pretty quickly. But this just has some basics. A lot of it does have, with phonics. But it's going to go a lot with recognize it with compound words, with plural words, with ing words, things like that. So I really love Abeka, the way that they do these. And I didn't get the test with this. I think I got the test with this. Even if you didn't get the test, you could probably look at the material, go over a couple pages of whatever your child is covering and make your own worksheet for them or a test for them if you want to do tests for that. Both of my children, I have one going into 6th grade and one into 2nd grade. And I'm going to use both of them. We'll be working on Exploring Creation. This is the Young Explorer series from Apologia. And I have a junior notebook for Micah. And then I also have a regular notebook for JC. And this one, it adapts the assignments to, they can put their name in there. It even gives you a scope and sequence here. But it just gives them more pages that would be better for them. Different experiments, things like that. So that would put him into the science mode. Then also, I did Arithmetic by Abeka. This is the Arithmetic 2. This is the textbook, the work text. And I really like Abeka because it just has a lot of simple pictures. My oldest child, JC, actually did Abeka at 3 years old. If you have one that's a lot younger, he did it in 3- and 4-year-old preschool, which was at a church. It was a Christian preschool. He was reading at 3. So that will tell you how great that curriculum is with the phonics and everything. And these are just some little tests that we have, a test and speed drills that came with that. Also, we have Christian Liberty Press had Adventures in Phonics. We're going to be using that this year. We're also using a book that says Learning How to Read in 20 Lessons. We're going to be finishing that one up. But this one has a great layout, and we'll probably do 1 or 2 pages a day. And this is a good consistent with drills and repetition. For JC, I'm going to be, as I said, with Micah too, we're going to be using social studies. I'm going to use one that we might be doing together. I'm going to have him, I have a grade 1 and 2 of the social studies here, the core skills by Steckvine. Steckvine is also used in regular schools a lot. And this is from Hardcore School Supply. but it just has some simple things with learning about social issues and social studies. Also, I found a great book that I'm going to try. I have not tried it, so I will let y'all know at the end of as we get into it. It's called Around the World in 180 Days. This has world history, geography, and culture in it. I also I'm going to use with geography with Micah the first and second grade of the geography by DK. DK.com has they have a lot of worksheets, and a lot of these are, as you can see, it's thin. So I got grade 1 and 2 that we can use. With geography, if you wanted to, you could just do it 2 days a week, just to keep those skills fresh for your child. For JC, my oldest one, he's going in 6th grade. We are going to do the Exploring Creation, the anatomy and physiology one through Apologia. And then from Knotgrass, we did U.S. history last year, but I just want to go over it in a better format. This year we're doing Uncle Sam and You. And this is a book that they have for it. Also, they have the answer key and the student workbook, and they have tests for it too that you can work on. These have the activities. Let me find one for you. Here's one like the Office of the Vice President. There's a multiple choice. Here's one working on Capitol Hill, a crossword puzzle. And you can also kind of, whatever subject you're on in those history a lot, find ways like YouTube or field trips or, pull any kind of things that you can to help enhance whatever they're remembering, whatever they're learning, because book work is not, one thing with homeschool, do not think that book work's going to get it all, because you got to have something that's really going to help it stick in their head. We're going to do spelling, vocabulary, and poetry by Abeka for grade 6. And I love that the vocabulary and spelling is all in one, and the poetry. And this one has this workbook, this student book here, and they also have a test that you can have. We're going to use the arithmetic by Abeka for grade 6, and I do have the student workbook and the test with it. It is a very good, they have great explanations for them and exercises. It's not a huge amount of exercises. Some books you get and they have 30 problems for the kids to do. I taught math, so I found through the years, 20 is about their limit, if even that. We got language level C for JC from Abeka, and it'll have their language lessons. Here's sentences and run-ons and a few exercises for them to do. They also have the quizzes and the tests too that are available. And he'll be doing Around the World in 80 days, 180 days too with JC. Around the World in 180 days, what it does, I'll show you the table of contents. It takes each, if I can find it. Okay, it takes each continent and it tells you, you learn about that continent. See, right here. For example, with Africa, you have resources, geography, your history, your religion, culture, and current events. So it's a neat thing that, and even then, you can take things off the internet, try to find YouTube, try to find news stories about each of the continents. We're lucky enough, so when we were an expat, which means that you go overseas to work. My husband went over there building drill ships for a while. What was great was we met people from almost every continent. So that's exciting that I can even email some of our friends from expats and say, hey, what can you give me that are some fun facts? We also off and on will be using Writers Express. This is RightSource. Here's the company that it's by. Great Source Education Group, Huff and Myth and Guff Company. And it has some great ideas of some writing prompts and things like that. And maybe writing, and this is what I love with my son. My oldest one loves doing news stories. So here's one about him, making a draft, revising, editing, proof editing. And we're going to use several different books. This is just one for music about the symphony, the orchestra, all the different instruments, and about some amazing composers. I have some books on composers too, but it's not a curriculum set out. We're just going to go through the books, and I'm going to make my own curriculum to go with that. And then here's a little workbook that has with Spanish. We're in an area that is heavily Hispanic, and this is going to be a big tool for us. My kids know words in Korean because we're in Korea, but I want them to know a lot more in Spanish so they can become more fluent. So that is what we're using for the 2016-2017 school year. Comment below on maybe what you're using. Hopefully this helped you a little bit to see maybe the inside of some of the books. And if you have any questions about any of the curriculum, if you want to see some more in-depth pictures of maybe what's in them or what the scope and sequence may be, you can look them up online, or if you just are, maybe not know where to look for those, Amazon usually does it, christianbook.com. Just let me know. Email me, and I'll put my email also on here, and is on our website too, crossfamilybiz.com. So thanks for tuning in. Hopefully this helped you out a little bit as you're looking for curriculum, and know that no set curriculum that you pick is going to go absolutely perfect, because there's always going to be things that come up. Just keep the faith, keep at it, keep going, and as Dory says, keep swimming, keep on swimming, because we're doing this for our kids, and hopefully, I pray that God is calling you to do this. When God calls you to do something, you may not feel like you can do it, but through His power, you can. We love you. We're praying for you, and keep tuning in. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.